And an employment announcement from Miss Whoopi.
And a lot of sports.
All today on the Air.
One, two, three.
And then you got Robert Tevis right here.
Very whited.
It is Monday, and this is usually when we bring a behind the scenes, but we're holding that off until Wednesday to bring you an important announcement from Mrs. Whoopi concerning the recent ration fight to RHS.
Good morning, RHS students and staff. I just have some information for our students today, some reminders. First of all, I want to say to the 99% of you students out there that are all doing the right things, thank you. We appreciate the fact that you help keep Richmond High School safe and a great place to learn. And that is something that I want to remind the 1% of our students that have not been adhering to our guidelines in order to help Richmond High School be a safe place in order for you to get your education and graduate. One of the things that I want to remind you of is aggressive behavior. And I'm reading from your handbook on page 17, and it says one of the most important social lessons for young adults is to learn how to resolve and manage conflicts with others. As we have said many times, your high school years is an opportunity for you to practice being an adult. And being an adult means that you should learn how to resolve conflicts peacefully and nonviolently. And that is what we want to see at Richmond High School. Physical aggression, verbal aggression will not be tolerated. And this is, again, a reminder. I also need to remind you, students, that if you believe that you may become involved in a fight or any kind of aggressive act, or you know of others that may be talking about an aggressive act or physical or verbal, that you need to do all you can to prevent it from happening, including seeking the assistance from adults in the building. Important also to remember that observers and those instigating any kind of aggressive behavior may also be subject to disciplinary action. We just had a situation last week where a student videotaped another student. That student was suspended. The other student was also dealt with. We do not want you videotaping any acts of aggression. We don't want you watching acts of physical aggression. We want you to not let those things happen at Richmond High School, and we need your help. We need your help. Cell phones are a privilege that we have given you to use during passing periods and during cafeteria time. If cell phones cannot be used responsibly, then we're going to have to go back and look at that freedom that we have given you as students. So let's all work together. Let's all try and make Richmond High School the safest place to be for every single student so that everyone can learn and graduate. We also want to, just a couple of other side note things, not talking about the aggression. Please remember in your handbook also it states that you should not be ordering food to be brought to the high school. That is something that we don't want to happen. We want you in your classes. We want you, again, learning and graduating and earning your credits. All right, students, so to sum up, some reminders that we wanted to share today. Number one, the aggressive behavior. Make sure that you are reporting that if you believe that is going to happen. Please be responsible in using your cell phones so that you can continue to have the freedom to use your cell phones during passing periods and during the cafeteria time. We also ask that you not order food to be brought to the school. And lastly, please remember that you all signed an internet user agreement. Please do not use proxy websites or anything of that nature to get around the firewall. It can cause damage to our internet system here, and also it is a violation of the internet user agreement that you signed when you came to Richmond High School as a 9th grader. Students, thank you for listening. I appreciate it as always. And again, thank you to all of you that are doing the right things to help keep Richmond High School safe.
If you like speaking in front of people, then think about joining the RHS speech team.
My name is Autumn Stinson, and we caught up with Mr. Swingo and some of the members from speech team to find out more information about how the season is going.
Hi, I'm Mr. Swango, and I'm the RHS speech coach here. And I just want to talk to you a little bit about what we've done so far, who we are, and what you can do. So who we are just a bunch of people who like to talk a lot. We are some fun, energetic, outgoing people who like to use the power of our voice and like to use the skills that we have with our voice and utilize them in a competitive way. So we have some acting events, we have some formal speaking events, we have discussion-like events that work a lot like a Socratic seminar. We have lots of different events for lots of different types of people. And so far this year, we've done really well. We have placed as a team in the top 10 in both tournaments so far this season. We have had a champion so far and a few who have been very close to winning. So we're trying to start a winning tradition that Richmond is known for in other areas such as sports and channel that winning spirit into our speech team here. So if you're a student and say you're in a fall sport and you don't have any more sports to do, or maybe you do have some more sports to do but you want something to do in your downtime, or maybe if you're just one of those students who's looking for some kind of club or team or activity to join, speech team can be for you. It can really be for anyone, and it's not too late to join. Even though the season has already started, we have several meets left in the season, and we would love to have you. And you can be a part of this growing and winning tradition here at Richmond High School. If you're interested in joining, you can see me after school anytime in room 315.
Speech team is about competitive speaking, so it tests your ability to be calm and poised in front of a judge and in front of your peers when performing. There is one event where you don't actually have to be in front of a judge, but every other event you do have to be seen by other people. And it basically builds skills of poise, confidence, and charisma. The events I do are impromptu and original oratory. Impromptu is when I get a topic, I have 30 seconds to think about it, and then I get to talk for up to 5 minutes about it. And that is definitely judging your intuitive thinking. I also compete in original oratory, which is when I write my own speech about a current relevant topic. And that's judged on content as well as your performance ability. I think our speech team's doing really well this year. We have a lot of new members and we have a lot of younger members. So it's very encouraging to see that our freshmen and sophomores are taking an interest in our team this year. I think our new coach, Mr. Swango, is doing an excellent job of getting our team organized and getting our team to work hard. And I think that this year we may definitely do well at state. This is also the first year we'll be competing at district, which is the qualifier for nationals. So we may have some of our speech members going to nationals this year, which would be very exciting.
And the team has already a couple of competitions, but the latest will be this weekend at Southport High School. Emma Williams took first place in POI and third place in varsity poetry. Also, Gwen Freiberger placed fourth in original performance. All speech team members need to report to Mr. Swango's room today after school for a brief meeting.
Now let's take a quick look at an announcement.
Caps and Gowns is an important BPA meeting in Young Life. Let's get started with Caps and Gowns. Seniors, you'll be attending a senior-only assembly on Tuesday during 5th period to get information on ordering caps and gowns for graduation. Please report to Civic Hall at the start of 5th period. Attention, all BPA members. There is a required meeting on Monday after school in Ms. Selm's room, C210. Travel information, pre-submission, deadlines, and additional district information will be provided. Make sure you attend. Don't forget there is a student council meeting this Wednesday after school. We'll have the location in the announcements on Wednesday's show. And one last reminder. For Young Life, there's a meeting this week on Thursday starting at 7:30 at Autumn Way. That's your announcements. Back to you guys in the studio.
As we begin the week, it's time for a Red Devil forecast.
Weather turned out great over the weekend, but it's not going to stay that way. Clouds move in throughout the day, and with them bring the chance for a few rain showers tonight. Highs today will reach 60 ahead of the rain. The best chance for some showers won't come till later in the day on Tuesday into Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, lows will fall into the mid-40s before warming up again into the low 60s. There's still a chance of some off and on rain all day. With cloudy skies and lows overnight into Wednesday won't be as cool, only dropping into the mid-50s. We'll warm up again on Wednesday with highs again in the low 60s, but by noon we'll start seeing some heavy rain and thunderstorms. Make sure you're with us again on Wednesday to find out more about when the storms will clear out. I'm Macy Thornburg, back to you guys in the studio.
Let's catch up on all the sports news with Houston and the Red Devil Sports Center.
The football banquet, bowling results, and lots of basketball are what we are covering in today's sports. Let's start with the banquet. The RHS football team will hold their fall banquet on Sunday. The following players are asked to bring some of the following to the banquet. Freshmen need to bring cookies, sophomores need to bring pies, juniors need to bring drinks such as punch or 2 liters, and seniors need to bring brownies or bars. Cake will be provided at the football parent group. If you need more information, see one of your coaches. It's time to see the boys basketball team in action. This Friday is the annual red and white scrimmage. It starts at 6 p.m. with the Dennis 7th graders versus the Test 7th graders. That's followed by more intermediate school teams with the 8th grade Dennis and Test teams facing off. Then about 6:30, the RHS JV tips off. They'll introduce the varsity players about 6:55 before having a varsity versus JV and varsity red versus white scrimmages afterward. Admission is only a case of water or a bath towel. Make sure you get an early look at this year's team. And if you can't wait until Friday, the varsity and JV will both scrimmage this Thursday night against Rushville against the Lions. RHS bowlers were in action on Saturday against Northeastern at Rushville. RHS moved to 3-0 with a 12-8 win over the Knights. Braden Schaefer led the Red Devils again with a 257 game and 469 series. The Lady Red Devils improved to 2-1 with the win over Centerville. Jessica Crane had the high score for RHS with a 194 and 362 series. Both teams traveled to Newcastle to take on Blue River this Saturday. It was a rough weekend for the girls basketball team, dropping a pair of games on Friday and Saturday. First up on Friday, RHS traveled to Anderson for their first NCC game. In the end, it was the Indians who came out on top, 68-41. The Lady Red Devils were led by Lexis Perkins' 11 points and Kayleana Lauderdale's 10. Then on Saturday, they couldn't hold on to a lead as East Central pulled away in the second half for a 59-39 win. Hannah Goddard led RHS with 10 points and Kayleana Lauderdale added 9. That's sports. Back to you guys. That's our show.
Seniors, remember your assembly tomorrow through 5th period.
Have a great day.
Dab!